to meet our next speaker, and for that I would like to invite Mr. Vijendra Shekhawat. Mr. Vijendra Shekhawat is CEO Choice FinServ, a qualified chartered accountant with more than 18 years of experience in NBFC and HFC setup, and led NBFC operations start from business strategy, sales management, collection and operations management, finance and accounts, admin, customer service and information technology setup. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together to welcome Mr. Shekhawat.
Thank you. Namaskar दोस्तों. I think everyone is alive. This become very easy for me to present after sir's presentation on the diversification, because you will see the real diversification in my slide also, right? So I am going to cover your most important topic, which is financing, right? So every businessman always needs support as in financing from different sources. So I'll going to discuss on the different options available for MSME specifically today from different NBFCs and banks, right? So today when we discuss on the MSME specifically, there are huge gap available in the credit assessment, because the MSME and SMEs, these are the two entrepreneurs who always suffer from the credit availability because of so many reasons. The reasons can be the collateral and securities, which is the most important thing. When a person go for an lending requirement, everyone need a good collateral security, right, to get the loan. And when you expand your business, availability of the collateral always is not necessary, right? Because अगर आपके पास suppose करो 1 करोड़ 2 करोड़ का कोई property available है, उस पे आपने already loan ले लिया है, then what next, right? So I'm sure this is the problem you all must be facing. Yeah. The second is the cumbersome process. When we go to any of the lender today, there is a huge cumbersome process which need to be followed by MSME, right? So paper देना है, फिर paper पे query आएगी, फिर वापस से submit करना है, right? The process is keep on going, and even when you submitted your papers, you are not sure that you'll get the loan, right? So after 15 days you came to know that आपका loan तो नहीं होगा, correct? And then when we compare this to a bigger entrepreneur, there are so many options available with them, because they invested a huge capital. So based on their capital, based on their collateral, they are able to access even the unsecured loans from different sources, right? But for MSME, this is very difficult, because our capital is very minimized, right? Because MSME today, when we discuss, the real MSME is the person who has the turnover of around 1 crore, 10 crore, 100 crore of kind of thing. So when we discuss on the lending side, people who has 500 crore, 1000 crore of the turnover, they have multiple options for lending. But people who start from 1 crore kind of a turnover to 100 crore of a turnover, there are very limited, the options available today. Correct? So these are the other challenges which today MSME facing when they are accessing for the formal credit. Okay? And then when we see today there are whatever, so lending partners available, they need to have a physical based credit assessment, right? Based on your income documents, based on your bank statement and all, correct? And we all understand what is the process for an MSME, right? For a person who is running a business for rupees say 5 crore, 10 crore turnover, to maintain all accounts and everything online, definitely you need to invest something on the chartered accountants and other people, right? So that might be also a problem. So when I speak on the credit gap, credit gap which is today in MSME especially, the data says there is a huge gap of around 16 lakh crore today. So MSME who are there in India operates today, they need at least 16 lakh crore more loans which is not available to them. So this is the gap which is available today, right? Because of all the reasons I discussed in last slide. Correct? There are so many government initiatives just to help MSMEs to get lending, right? So there are credit linked capital subsidy, government announced that. There are credit guarantee scheme. So especially in the COVID situation, government, announced there are so many schemes where MSME can go and take more loans, on the existing loan also. So this credit guarantee scheme launched by the government. Then government also ensure the procurement and marketing support for the MSMEs basically. So when we discuss the MSME, this is the subject which is very, touching subject for our government also today. Because MSME are the people who actually run India. So when we see the contribution in our economy, MSME has a huge contribution, right? So they have the right to have all these subsidies and the lending platform, right? Then there is a revision in the MSME definition. So this revision is especially because when you go for a loan, and if this is qualified as a MSME, banks always get benefits and NBFCs always get benefit as a PSL and agree, right? So if you qualified under the PSL, you may get some kind of a interest rate benefits, correct? So that is the reason government had changed the policies on the MSME definition, the definition of MSE. So you can come in the PSL definition also, right? So likewise, there are other schemes launched by the government. Like interest subsidies is a good scheme. I think most of the MSMEs today can avail interest subsidy on the lending platform. But still, if we discuss what is the problem, still the problem lies with the credit, the availability of the loans, right? There are schemes, but still, if you go for a lending, you need collateral, you need documents and everything. So still, there are schemes, but you are away from the loans, correct? So this is the solution can be the credit access has to be available for unorganized sector also. Unorganized sector, we always call the people who don't have a proper documentation with them, right? So there are solutions for that. It's not like that being an unorganized sector, you are not able to get the loans to expand your business or to support your business. Right? So as I said, 16.6 lakh crore gap is available today, right? So the product which is available today, which I'm going to discuss, is supply chain financing, or mostly you call it invoice discounting, right? This is the product which is available today without the collateral also, or you need to submit very, very less collateral against the loan. Correct? So normally when you take other loans, say like CC, OD and all, if you go for loan, either you need to pledge your stocks or you need some property, and which is also around 150% to 200% of your loan amount, right? So you all aware about the LTV in the banking, right? So आपके 2 crore की property होगी, तो you will get the loan of around 1 crore or 1.5 crore, right? So supply chain financing is an option where you don't need to give the collateral or a limited collateral. Your invoice which you raised will be discounted, right? So your invoice itself become a collateral for you, right? Then this can be available for all kind of the MSMEs. Start from 1 crore to 100 crore also, right? But today when we discuss, this product is available in market, to be very frank with you, but not for the people like 10 crore and 50 crore of the turnover. This supply chain financing and invoice discounting is mostly available today to the people who have 1,000 crore of kind of revenue or turnover as of now. So we will discuss that how a 1 crore kind of a turnover company can also avail this specific product, right? Where no collateral required, where no proper documentation, if you don't have document, still you will be able to get invoice discounting, right? I'll discuss that. There are multiple options available within the invoice discounting and within the supply chain. The first is the credit at sale end, right? The loan at the invoices which you raise, which we call sales bill discounting, dealer bill discounting, inventory funding is also available. From the purchase side also you have option for funding, right? So when you purchase the raw material, still you will be able to get loan on that, which is called vendor bill discounting, right? Or supply financing. So as a choice, so my last speaker discussed on the diversification. So especially within the choice group, we have a huge diversified business. We started with equity broking, then mutual fund, insurance and everything. We also have NBFC, Housing Finance Company with us. Our NBFC is specifically focusing on the MSME customer segment, right? That is the reason we are here today, to address the MSME main challenge of the funding, right? So within choice, we are developing purely a tech-led acquisition and credit assessment procedure, especially on the invoice discounting and supply chain, right, for MSME. So you don't need to submit any physical paper to us, right? You don't need to come to our branches, or there is no requirement that somebody come to your location. Even you are at home, you are at your office, you can apply for our loan, right? So you can avail any kind of a loan from choice just from your home. So we are developing pure tech-led processes without any paper. There is no restriction on locations. So there are, financiers available who has the restriction on location, कि हम तो खाली राजस्थान में करेंगे, या हम गुजरात में करेंगे, महाराष्ट्र में करेंगे. We as a choice, we are here to, support MSME across India. So wherever you are, wherever is your business, we are there to support you, right? And also we don't have any restriction on the industry, correct? Any industry you are, being an MSME, you have to have a MSME registered person. The credit is available from our side. We also wanted to, work with you hand on hand. How? So we actually have a separate team which only come to you, discuss with you your unique problem of funding, right? That's the new segment we are starting, where because every business is a unique business, right? So there might be one policy of any lender which says that मैं तो ये काम ऐसे कर सकता हूँ. But then this may be applicable only to the 5%, 10% people, because your business is very unique. So we wanted to discuss with you that, and if you share your business with us, your problem of the funding with us, we can develop a specialized product only to you. And by doing so, you are also supporting to our community as an MSME, right? Because your problem can be the problem for the other people also, right? And on your behalf, we'll also go and present to so many banks that this can be a problem for MSME, which we all together as a banking industry should come out with the solutions, right? So we wanted to build that, correct? As a choice mission, as I told you, we wanted to serve the unserved people, the underserved people. So as I said, the funding or the invoice discounting, the supply chain financing is majorly available to the bigger players today, right? The MSMEs from 1 crore, 100 crore, 200 crore, invoice discounting, supply chain is very, very limited available today. We as a choice wanted to cater these customers specifically. So even if you have 2 crore of the turnover and you have a good, distribution for your channels, you have a good suppliers, you wanted to purchase from somewhere, right? Or you are selling to multiple parties, then we are here to support you, even you are at the less turnover, correct? So there we wanted to enter that we called as an unserved or underserved MSMEs. So we are entering into that. Low documentation, as I already said, because we are building pure end-to-end digital process, right? So we wanted to develop that only, and which is also a machine-based credit underwriting, correct? So we as a company has built our own credit assessment criterias, correct? So based on those criteria, today we develop the credit assessment tool for 250 activities of MSME, right? Where we, through our data only, will be able to know what is your income. So you don't need to support any document for your income. We will assess your income, which will be around 95 to 100% correct what you get, right? Which can be documented, which can be undocumented, right? So that is the machine learning we are building. Then, as I already discussed, we wanted to become a MSME solution oriented company. Choice is available today in more than 50 offices and 15 states, right? We have our own physical office in 50 locations, right? But these locations, we actually offer multiple products from here because we are in the multiple financing products. We are in the equity broking, we are in the commodity, we are in the insurance broking, we are in the mutual fund, and we are also in lending. So any kind of loan, we are there. So from these offices, we offer all these products. Especially on the lending product, you don't require to come to these offices because we are building a technology for this. For any service also, because you need any, the closure letter or NOC, everything, your paper, you will have an app from where you can apply and this everything will come at your home, right? If I talk about the choice broking, although I already discussed, we are available in multiple financing products. We are in the management consulting also. We are also in investment banking, infrastructure and government advisory. We have more than 2,000 employee base today who are sitting across 50 locations. We have a channel of more than 20,000 connectors with us, which we call Choice Associates. These are the people who actually source business for us. We have more than 3 lakh customers. From the financial perspective, we are very much capitalized. We are very much have the capital and everything. We are the profitable company. From the lending side, as I discussed, these are the products which we are going to offer. So we will also have a card business. Each customer will get a card with a limit. You can use that online. You can purchase anything under your business, which is kind of an unlimited limit with you, right? So that's the journey we are building. We will be there for MSME. We already discussed. We'll offer study loans also. So my colleague just discussed on the education. So we wanted to support the education business also. So we'll go for that lending. We'll be there in vehicle business or any kind of a specific loan required by MSME and education. We are there. So within the Choice FinServ, which is an NBFC company, we have more than 300 crore book today, which will go around 5,000 crore in next 3 to 4 years, right? And the other figures also are same, which we already discussed. This is on the lending side. So I just discussed on the one specific product, which is supply chain with you, invoice discounting product. So before we go for a next thing, I just wanted to know if any query on the lending specifically, if you have, I'm here to answer that, or we can connect offline also. So anyone who have, yeah, please, sir. Yeah, audible, sir.
Invoice discounting, are you going to find out who are the clients, specific clients? Suppose, for example, my clients are, for example, the big, like Vedanta. Plus, I have a client there which is small. Are you going to do the bill discounting for both the clients?
Yes. So invoice discounting is available for both the clients. So you as an anchor, we called it anchor, you as an anchor also can avail the credit limit under the invoice discounting, and your suppliers to whom you are selling or from from where you are buying, these people can also avail the credit.
So for example, now there are some vendors, okay, my creditors.
Right.
suppose some creditors, they are not into this MSME.
Right.
So are their invoices are going to be get discounted?
No, so we actually wanted to support MSME only. So you have to be registered MSME under
Not-
the
not
Udyog
us.
Aadhaar or wherever.
Not us, our creditors, our suppliers.
If they are MSME?
If they are not MSMEs, so their invoices also can be discounted?
No, so other than MSME, we are not going to discount. As in choice, you have the availability in the market. You can go to the bank and everywhere. There they will get the fine, lending and everything. But as in choice, we decided that we'll do only to the MSME. So we have a separate arm also where we consult or we give the advisory. So my good friend, Mr. Sandeep is here, who support in the advisory also, from where you can, generate the loans and everything. So if you have that need, we can support you there also.
Fine. Thank you, sir.
Thanks. Next. Yeah, sir, please.
Hi, good afternoon. What is your prerequisite requirements to give a MSME loan or a logistical loan? Because I'm in a supply chain, in a retail chain pharmacy. When
Okay.
somebody establish a new pharmacy, he is looking for a loan actually.
Right.
So he is willing to pay like a 50% of the amount,
Yeah.
and he is looking for a 50% loan of where he can procure the medicine.
Yeah.
Are you providing this
Yeah,
type
so
of service?
sir, the thing is that when we assess the customer, we see at least some level of experience in the business. So for example, someone is first time he's entering into the entrepreneurship, he need to invest some capital from his side. Some fund we can give to him, but actually we need some kind of experience as a businessman.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Sir, please.
In your invoice discounting,
Sir.
the customer, our customer, do they have to be vetted by you before we can take them as customer?
Sorry, I'm not able to understand, sir.
See, I have a list of customers, and do I have to have them vetted, approved by you before you can take the invoice discount?
Yes. So there are two models available in this, sir. One is that you assess your own suppliers or your customers to whom you are selling, and then tell us that these are the good people, you can lend them. And otherwise, we also have our own credit assessment tools. So your supplier and your customers, we can also assess and then tell you that these are the customer to whom we can lend and support to you.
So there are blacklisted people also.
No, sir. Blacklisted people, how can they get the loan?
No, blacklisted customers.
Yeah.
Corporates. Yeah.
Yeah, sir, please.
I want to know about the machinery loans. Is there any subsidy in that, or what is the rate of interest, and to what extent we can get the loans in that case?
Yeah. So, sir, your question is very much specific to you actually. So, interest rate and everything is always decided on the customer to customer, right? It's not like this is the fixed rate available for everyone. So, each bank, each NBFC always decide the rate based on the customer profile and customer business, right? From the subsidy side, yes, whatever subsidies are available from the government, these subsidies can be availed from our side also. So, if you have the choice loan, which is a registered NBFC, right? So, you are eligible to claim that subsidies also. Yeah. For the, especially on the machinery business, what is the subsidy available? I can just tell you that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. So now I just want to, done? Okay. Done. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thanks.